Hello and welcome to the C Collective podcast. This is episode 2, and this episode includes a little chat with Jonah, who is a member of the collective, and you also might know him as Herostratus. Puts out a lot of good music, which you can find out about on all the socials, SoundCloud, Facebook. He also runs Unlimited Dream Company Records, which is the label I'm on, and it's a great label. So yeah, this interview's pretty loose, pretty rambly. There's no structure. I didn't really have any questions planned. I just thought what we'd do was put Dead Space on, the old PlayStation, and just sat there and chatted and hear some good bits from the conversation. There's loads of recommendations in here for music and films and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a list at the end, which I've put in the outro. If you misheard or didn't hear some of the recommendations, there's also a couple of corrections in there. The pollen count was pretty high on this day that we recorded this, so a little bit sniffly. Bit odd for this time of year. It's only the end of April. It's not even summer yet, and I was just sniffly, bunged up. I also said the words "to be fair" and "like" very frequently in this conversation, which is pretty infuriating, and that's there forever now, but that's okay, doesn't matter. I will try not to do that in future. It just comes out though. Anyway, here is the chat with Jonah, and I hope you enjoy it.
I was pretty big into horror when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah,
like gothic
read a lot
stuff.
of horror, yeah. Yeah, ghost stories and things like that.
Did I tell you I watched Nosferatu?
Which one? The original?
The original.
I've not seen
white.
that. The whole way through.
It's pretty. A lot. I watched it because Robert Eggers, the guy who directed The Witch, which is like one of my favourite films. Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "This is in the top 10 already."
It's a sick film, yeah.
But he was talking about it, and I think actually he's going to do that film. He's going to do a remake of it. But he was talking about the original, and so I watched it, and it is black and white and silent, so it's a bit of a mission. But it was quite good.
Yeah, I remember I watched the remake by that German guy. What's it called? There's a bunch of German directors I always get mixed up, but it's got Klaus Kinski in it, and he's like,
you gonna get got? Nah. I used to love. No, I'm not familiar with that bloke. I don't think.
I thought it died.
No, he's still going. He's been got.
Killed him dead.
I just remember in that film there's a scene with a werewolf in it, and for the werewolf scene they just show a hyena. They're like, there's a werewolf loose, and it just cuts to some clips of a hyena running around in some bushes.
Yeah, no, what's that guy's name? He did those 2 documentaries recently. The one about reveries of the internet age and volcanoes. I think he did The Grizzly Man as well.
I'll give it a quick search. I've not seen Grizzly. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen Grizzly Man or not. We mentioned that the other day.
Yeah.
Grizzly Man director.
That's one of those films that I watched when I was younger than,
Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does loads of documentaries as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Charles loves that guy.
Yeah, there was a film because I think he worked with Klaus Kinski a lot. It's this like German actor, and he replaced Mick Jagger in this really famous film that I actually can't remember the name of. So that's...
I didn't even know Mick Jagger was in films.
He's not good.
He's not good.
No.
I know Bowie was in a few.
Yeah, no, but like Bowie's not the best actor, but he's got
He's
a
not
charm,
awful.
you know.
Labyrinth was interesting.
I've actually not seen that.
Like classic 80s fantasy film there. Yeah, it's pretty weird. A lot of puppets and a lot of songs. And I remember it quite creepy, but yeah, not the best.
Yeah, like all those films I kind of like. It's like Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is was like it was the first thing I'd heard by Ryuichi Sakamoto, and then there's a song on it which David Sylvian sings on, and
Oh really?
that was like the first thing I'd heard of him.
There's the man.
Yeah, and I hadn't even I've not seen the film. I've seen like select clips, like when David Bowie like goes up to Ryuichi Sakamoto's character and like kisses him.
Yeah.
And then
on the face, on the lips.
Yeah, I think on the lips. And then this like Japanese prison guard is so shocked that I mean I'm missing out I think there's like 2 hours before this that perhaps explains it.
Yeah.
But he I think from shock he has a heart attack and dies. and then all these other Japanese
I'm sold on the film.
soldiers come up and they're like beating him on the floor.
What, Bowie?
Yeah. And
Bowie taking a beating.
And it's like, you know, I assume it's some kind of message about, you know, not fighting and just kissing people on the lips. If you ever get confronted, just kiss.
Yeah, just go straight in for the kiss. No verbal warning.
I heard, apparently, if you're being confronted by someone, you should just say...
You just scream in their face.
I mean, that'd probably work, yeah, but if you say, like... say something really weird that they don't expect, because I imagine like
puts them on the back foot.
Yeah, well, I guess they'd probably
have very nice clothes.
Yeah. I reckon they'd probably be already on edge though. So
what if they're about to do an attack?
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing that you hear on sort of like the kinds of people that watch Have I Got News For You kind of like tell you about. It's like trivia, you know, and then you try it in the middle of being mugged, and then
it's like the thing about if you
my
yell
liver's
at sharks,
just been stabbed. You know,
if you yell at sharks, they're supposed to swim away. It's like that. Yeah. Probably doesn't work.
He was testing these though, you know.
Yeah,
it's like
not too many people.
I was in a shark attack. I just really angrily yelled at the shark. Get off! Get off!
Get out of it!
Get off me!
Oh yeah, save the game there, I reckon.
Okay.
There's a lot of save points in this game, which is good because it's quite hard. Yeah, I think I reckon that could work. You know, if somebody's coming at you in the night and you just like, yeah.
I was just, you know, it's weird
because I mean, obviously you've got to be a certain type of person to do an attack.
A drink your own wee kind of guy.
a pretty interesting character, and you've got to be fairly aggressive anyway. But yeah, still, I don't think anyone's ready for a compliment, you know.
Oh, I was concentrating on the game, and I thought you were talking about shouting at sharks when I said drink your own wee. I mean, it
not
applies.
just attackers.
It applies.
Yeah, it applies.
There's a real power, I think, in being a real, like, unnervingly weird person.
Yeah,
like
that's how you're memorable. I mean, the most interesting people are the weirdest people, I'd say.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I know. It's like I was really intrigued by what's that? I'm forgetting everyone's names, but there's that character in Dracula.
Yeah.
Who is like the sort of like the helper, and he's just sitting in a prison cell munching on flies. You know.
Yeah.
That's like real weird stuff.
That is real weird stuff.
I feel that's overlooked. I think that's
that character's in. Well, I know. Is Dracula based on Nosferatu?
Yeah. Nosferatu is based on Dracula, I think.
Is it?
They wanted to make the film, but I think they couldn't get the copyright. So they just like made it as close to Dracula as possible.
I think if you go back on the right there, there's wait, turn around. To your left now.
I'm really... I need to let me straighten up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There. Go left a bit. Look left. Like forward. Wait, turn to your left. Turn to your left. We'll walk that way for a bit. And then keep going. And then there. Yeah, can you see that flashing green light there? To your left. There, on the bench to your left. Look that way. There. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of health. And then if you press circle, there you go.
I've completely lost track on what I was talking about.
Sorry, Nosferatu copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking that there is that exact character in Nosferatu. That's weird. I thought it was the other way around. There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Robert Eggers' version of it because if he does make it, because
that film The Witch is so good.
For a debut film, that is.
Oh, he's got this alien's got a bomb.
Yeah. If you shoot it.
There's another one.
Shoot the little yellow
I'm
bomb.
not cut out for this lifestyle. Flipping get away from. Why did you
yeah, and his next one apparently. Nah. Don't stamp on the bomb. His next film apparently is going to have. I'm not sure if he's doing Nosferatu next, but he had another film called The Lighthouse.
That sounds
that
cool.
he's doing.
I like the sound of that already.
And it's got Robert Pattinson and I think Willem Dafoe, but I might be wrong.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's got a good face.
Really good face, really 70s face.
Yeah. He played Jesus at one point.
He did, yeah.
And I wouldn't have.
Isn't that in The Passion of Christ?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually seen that.
Nor have I. I've seen no films about Jesus.
No. Well, I probably watched one in school.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
For sure.
In the day. I think it's a real shame when like trashy sort of jump scare horror films come out because I thought films like The Witch and what other good horror films come out in the last few years.
And there's a lot of good horrors come out recently. Like there's this film Hereditary.
Not seen it.
It looks really good. I think it came out. Well, it's yet to come out, but I really want to see that.
I thought Gerald's Game on Netflix was really,
I haven't seen that.
Really pretty creepy. It's basically the premise is this married couple, and they go out into the country to this really nice house that they've rented to kind of get away for a week or weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And the man handcuffs his wife to the bed.
Yeah.
But then he has a heart attack.
Blimey.
And
that's
dies.
Bad timing.
And then she's just there, handcuffed to the bed, and nobody's around because that's what they want. That's they wanted to get away from everyone and that. So nobody's coming for like at least a few days. So she's got to try and survive because obviously she's got no water or food. And but they left the front door open, so then all this creepy stuff starts to happen. So it's pretty
127 hours.
Yeah. Except more creepy.
Yeah.
I was listening to a thing the other day. Apparently, Danny Boyle they filmed a lot of that in the actual location, 127 hours. But then they also built an exact replica of that little canyon thing and had it in a studio. But it was like perfect replica. Like they measured everything and
I find that I find that kind of thing really weird, how they like replicate the sky, you know. I mean, I know it's like effects and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. The main thing I remember about that film is the song "Ça plane pour moi" by Plastic Bertrand.
That's a great tune.
Yeah.
I forgot that it was in that film.
Yeah.
I want to watch it again. Actually, I haven't seen that in ages. I think I just watched it the one time and then I was like, that was a full-on cutting off of the arm scene.
Yeah.
And didn't watch it again for a while.
Yeah. I feel like quite a lot of these films that came out when we were like, I don't know, how old would we have been? Like 14, 15?
Yeah, early teens.
Quite a lot of it goes over your head, you know? I feel like at that age, well, at least at that age, I was probably not kind of like aware enough to like get anything from something that wasn't a superhero film or Star Wars or something.
Well, I think also that means that 2010 it came out. So yeah,
probably about that.
Yeah. I think that also goes in the other way as well. Like some films that you remember really fondly, or music or TV series or whatever, and then you go back and watch them and they're just awful.
Like Aristocats.
Aristocats is awful.
No, but do you ever see that film?
Like Spy Kids. Spy Kids has not aged well. Spy Kids 2 specifically. Haven't revisited the first one, but I'm assuming equally dated. Which is a shame because that was a great film in my mind.
Yeah.
That scene when they're kind of surfing on lava and they fall in, but it turns out just to be orange juice or something. Wacky.
you'd notice.
Yeah.
So there's no heat coming off this lava.
Yeah.
And it smells pretty.
Yeah, because some of the characters so zesty.
This lava's really zesty, man.
And some of the characters fall in and you're like, oh no, they've died, and then they just
can't swim.
Yeah, they're just underwater.
Do you remember Fantasia?
Yeah.
Is
that the one?
Crazy, that's full on. It's like the devil. It's like a cartoon Disney representation of like Mickey Mouse meeting the devil or something weird like that.
Yeah, doesn't a bit happen in it when someone gets chopped up and they go into like loads of little bits? Yeah.
I think that was like
little tiny versions
either
of
the
themselves.
first film or the second film I saw.
That's a pretty crazy film.
That's one of the images that's really stuck. Like I remember a while ago trying to find where that scene was from.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that in ages either. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I know. Like recently, I've been finding that quite a lot of the things that I thought I was just getting into, I'm actually kind of becoming what's happening? I've started just becoming reacquainted with. You know, like I think there are kind of like a couple of things that really influenced me as a kid, and that like
you go revisiting them now.
Really, I never moved on from. I guess.
Oh yeah.
Mate, I'm still a child at heart.
I always think that about. I always think that about, you know, when you kind of look back and you think of artists that you kind of idolised or whatever, and you're really obsessed with, and then you think of it now and it's just a bit cringe. Yeah. Or you don't really.
Yeah, Morrissey.
Yeah. Yeah. For example. And then you think about what you're really into now. Do you think that will happen as well? Like in the future, will you look back on what you like now and be like, what was I on about there?
I don't know. I think there's something
you sort of develop past that.
I think there's something about the things that influenced you as a really young child. You know, so like it was the books I had when I was like the very first books I had. You know, like kids' Greek myths and like a children's Bible.
A children's Bible.
Yeah, you get those kinds of things. You know,
is that a Gideon Bible? A Gideon Bible. Do you remember those little tiny red Bibles? It was
like it was
a full size.
It was like a white, like leather bound book, and it had like
Bible for kids.
Yeah, it had pictures and all sorts.
Pop outs.
Oh, I remember this bit from this game. I need a wee. It's really intense.
Should we pause it?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Brief pause.
Got that on tape.
And there you have it. That's the end of part 1. Like I said, there's going to be a little footnotes bit at the end of part 2 with all the recommendations in a nice list. Check back for part 2 soon.